Hi guys, it's Max here with dartsreviews.tv in association with dartsplanet.tv. We got some darts from Mission today. We got the Adam Warner darts. Really looking forward to getting a closer look at these. They look really nice with a standard sort of ring grip. But what we'll do is we'll head on over to the board and have a closer look. Okay, so over at the board, we've got the Mission Adam Warner darts. Got this lovely sort of like repeated pattern here, almost sort of like, it's not quite a snake skin or anything, but it's very triangular in pattern. And we've got this lovely AW logo here down on the right, and the Adam Warner window showing the darts set up in there. We got the 26-gram darts, and obviously you got the Mission logo. Over on the back, we've got the AW logo with his name underneath. A little bit of information from Mission, what's in the box, and they're 0.05 gram match weighted. Obviously some safety information here and the Mission logo. Let's get the darts out, have a closer look. Comes in this velvet coated plastic insert. The three darts are partially set up, but it does make it look like a setup with the flights behind. The flights continue that pattern from the box and obviously has his logo, and they're all in the Mission point holder. Let's get one of the darts out, have a closer look. Starting at the front of the dart, we've got the standard sort of black coated point that Mission likes to use before we go into this torpedo shaped dart with a long conical nose before we go into three wider grooves that are surrounding the two wider rings. Before we go into the main grip section where it starts to sort of level off and taper, we've got a very standard radial groove ring grip here. Got this lovely black paint in the middle of this like bronze PVD coating, adds a really nice look to it. The actual grip itself feels quite smooth, because of that black paint in those grooves they don't go as deep, so there's no sharp edges to catch on, and it adds quite a nice sort of feel to it. Before we go into this wider ring grip, which is mirroring those little two at the front, and this is obviously the taper down, and there's 5 of these rings. The actual grooves themselves feel the same sort of depth as the ones to the narrow rings, but I like the fact that they are wider. It's adding a different element to the dart and a smoother grip section here on the back where you have the push point. Then we've got a very long sort of like smooth section with the etched in Mission logo before we go into the black saber stem. I'm loving the PVD coating, adds a lovely visual element, and it's a good dart for sort of like mid to rear throwers. Not so much if you're holding right at the point, but it's got a lovely sort of like almost parallel section here on the narrow rings, and then obviously on the taper you have the wider rings. Really sort of nice feeling dart. It's not sort of like too grippy, but my fingers are going into those grooves quite nicely. We got the 26 gram, which at the widest point are 7.3 millimeters in width, and the actual barrel is 50.2 millimeters long. This is 90% tungsten, so it is a little bit wider than it could be if it was 95. But yeah, it's got a nice feel to it. Obviously, the weight balance on this is going to be slightly forward of centre, which should hopefully offer a nice little dip into the board. But what we'll do is we'll head on over and have a throw. Okay, so we're over in the dart room and we've got the Adam Warner darts from Mission. Liking the looks of these, I love that bronze PVD coating, and it's nice to have a standard ring grip without any extra frills and whistles. A little bit heavier than I'm used to. Obviously I usually use around about 22, 23. These are 26, so might have to make a little bit of an adjustment, but we'll have a couple of throws, see how we get on, and then we'll go into our practice routine. So let's have a go. Oh, pulled that one a little bit. Just 43, making the adjustment. It's got a nice push point on it though, with that little bit of a taper at the back. Oh, and a nice ton 40. Nice tight grouping on that one. Well, definitely made the adjustment for the weight, so let's go straight into our 201 practice routine. Game on. Or 100, a nice steady ton. 101 left to get. Oh, there we go. 69, 32 left to get. Oh. And there we go, in 2 darts. More than happy to get that in 7 darts, 8 darts even. But yeah, I'm liking the push point on the back of this. Obviously where I'm holding it's a much wider ring grip compared to in the middle and at the front, but it works really, really well, and the weight didn't affect me too badly. So let's go have a final thought. Okay, I ended up doing this in 8 darts. I'm more than happy. Started off with a nice steady ton, had a little bit of double trouble, but we got there in the end, and they felt quite consistent. Obviously with that sort of torpedo barrel shape, I had a really nice push point at the back, which I really liked. The actual grooves and the rings on these sort of like varied a little bit, so you've got a few different grip areas, whether you're a front, mid or rear gripper, something for everyone, and they flew through the air really nice and dug into the board nice and deep as well, so no bounce outs or anything like that. Felt nice and consistent. I'm giving them a grip rating of 1.5 because where I was holding, my fingers and my thumb didn't slip into those grooves too much, so it wasn't a smooth feel, but it gave me enough grip just to control the dart and get a nice clean release each and every time I was throwing. The weights on this are 22, 24 and 26 grams, so plenty of choice for everyone, whether you like lighter or heavier darts. And being a torpedo shape, it's very much a sort of like mid-weighted dart. If anything, I'd say it's slightly more to the front, but yeah, definitely feels really nice in the hand, and like I said, a nice consistent release and flight through the air. Price point is £49.95. Really good. They're 90% tungsten. You've got that lovely bronze PVD coating as well, but it's a nice ring grip, so it's not something that's going to be too grippy, and like I said, you'll get a nice clean consistent release. I really do think it's going to benefit those people, especially if you're sort of like a mid to front gripper. Definitely a grip area that's going to suit you more. If you've got a set of these, or you're looking at getting a set, or you agree or disagree with anything I've said, head on down to the comment section and let us know. I try to get back to you all, and I love your feedback. It really helps me come out and give you some better reviews in the future. Head on over to dartsreviews.tv and dartsplanet.tv. Lots of stuff on there, articles, reviews and stories that might catch your fancy and even help you pass some time if you've got 5-10 minutes to spare. Make sure you tick notifications and tick subscribe. Lots of reviews coming up in the future, not just darts, but we do all sorts. And as always, come back, check us out again soon. Bye.